You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
You know whose hands these are? This is Rocco's hands, baby. Ooh, Wednesday.
Welcome everybody to episode number 551 of the Batter Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel, and alongside me, we got Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I have some comments I want to put up, and we're not making excuses for Rocco here. But I just want everybody to know that he could play striker. He has more goals than Lewandowski at the moment. Psychological warfare, Chandler. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Are you kidding me?
Why are these guys always late?
Oh my goodness.
Because we watch the game. We're either at the game or sometimes we're watching the game with our families. We don't sit here waiting to start. Like, we let the game finish. We walk over to wherever it is that we're recording. How long did the game end? Like 7 minutes ago?
Like 6, 7.
Jesus. I'm not here just waiting. All right. First game back in 2 months. We get the dub. Some good, some bad, some really ugly. And I mean, I think everybody's just excited to hear what your thoughts on the Rocco Blocco situation, because if there's ever a time for a goalie poly, it's today.
I don't know if there's a time for goalie poly today. I don't think we're going to be able to squeeze that in. We have a packed show. I mean, we got a lot to talk about. Casemiro, there's, the win. I mean, I just want to be extremely clear here. Okay. Rocco wants a goal. He goes and he gets a goal.
That was a Frey goal. That wasn't a Rocco goal.
Technically, it's a Rocco goal. So it's Rocco Golo Blocco.
By the way, actually, you might have to give me a second while I find it. But it's funny because you know how we were talking the other day about, I said how Guillermo Hoyos, like, this is gonna be a Guillermo Hoyos game. Suarez is gonna play well, and Guillermo Hoyos is gonna show you that he wasn't just like eating crap for 2 months. So I did what you said. I looked at his social media. I found the picture of him during the summer, during the vacation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
See? I got you right here.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
I mean, that's him.
Boom.
That's
him. Blonde
Definitely.
highlights. There you go. He was cooking. Hoyos is cooking. Chris.
Yeah.
3-2 victory. We win. No Messi, no DePaul, no Falcon, no Lujan. And he goes ahead and he puts Frey at center back, which wasn't great, to be honest with you. But he puts him on back. Play a 4-4-2. We got David Ruiz coming down the right side. We have Silvetti, which I don't know. We got to figure out how to keep him as a starter down the left side.
Yeah.
Berterame and Luis Suarez are linking up. Things are looking good. Hoyos. Who would have thought he was cooking during these 2 months?
Or he just happened to play his best players. That's what he did. And David Ruiz can cook.
Doesn't every single coach play their best players?
That's what he did. He played his best players, and he said, okay, there's no Messi. Luis Suarez, go cook for me. And Luis Suarez is like, of course, I'm super down.
Justin Blair just said, this might be Miami's best 11.
I mean, it might be. It's led by the best goalkeeper in the league right now.
All right, so.
Did you see the saves that he made?
I remember one that got headed right into his chest. So that's the only save I remember him making.
He made some critical saves. I mean, Chicago looked
yeah, I'm sure he did.
I
remember Chicago blowing some really wide open opportunities. There were a couple that I would have liked to see him try to save. I was curious to see how he would have done, but they didn't get it on frame.
Unfortunately, the statistic of being a force without being a force is not kept in the record book. So just the vibrancy of how great he is made these strikers blow all their kicks.
Understood.
I'm not saying sorry, Soccer Daddy. I'm not.
All right. So before we get into that, 'cause I'm sure we're gonna get back to that. I am sure at some point. But before we do, so game's about to start. We get the lineup sheet. What did you
Oh,
think of the starting lineup? And by the way, I don't have a graphic. I didn't make one, so I'm
should
still rusty myself.
I wish I should have sent I should have uploaded the screenshots that I had with my son, right?
I
Right?
mean, you're raising that kid. It's so unfortunate. You got him with Campana jerseys. You got him here hyped up because Rocco is starting. What are you doing to the poor kid? I saw the messages, guys. He sent me some
No,
screenshots of how hyped his son was
hold on.
that Rocco was starting. God,
I'm gonna see if I can be able to.
I feel for him.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can't.
So,
I can't be able to.
what were your thoughts?
I love the starting 11. I mean, like I said, limited with who we have and stuff like that.
Right.
Obviously, it's a little, it's a little tough, right? We don't have Messi, we don't have RDP, we don't have Falcon, we don't have Lujan. Lujan has been fantastic as a starter, and but considering some of the players that we were missing, I mean, I was good with it.
Well, what did you think of the fact that because you and I both predicted that that Noah Allen would probably get to start at center back, and Frey would be right back, but he ended up going Frey at center back, which we've wanted to see, right? We've said
Yes.
that we thought that Frey would look good at center back, and he actually did it. What were your thoughts on him as center back?
Well, look, I never thought that he would ever be like a terrible center back. I think that at right back he's great. And I think at right back he's better than Muda. I don't think that Muda had necessarily a great game. Now,
I
I
don't think
think
anybody in the back line I would say had a great game.
I felt like Mikhail looked good, looked composed. I liked how he played. Aside from that, I don't like that they brought Bright back so much. I don't like that. And I don't know if they did that because Casemiro's watching, so like they want him to like do the same function or whatever. But I mean, Frey is a great defender. Whether you put him at center back or at right back, he's a great defender. CDM, whatever the case is. So I'll take him. And shout out to Manny.
Shout out to Manny. Did I tell you the story about how he does deliveries for UPS? He was delivering, some guy's like, "Hey man, are you the Manny Sucks guy?"
That's crazy.
This is the hashtag Manny Sucks. So I thought that was pretty funny. But shout out to Manny. Appreciate the super slam. So Casa, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking while I was watching this game, and this isn't a take on the game in general, but as I was watching this, what I was thinking is this is Casemiro and Lewandowski's first live impression of MLS.
Here we go, bro.
And all I was thinking was, que pena. Like, this is what they see for the first time. This is what MLS is. Everybody says that it's not as bad as people say, and this was like their first impression. I'm not talking about just the Rocco blunder, which was pretty bad. And I can't wait for people when they wake up on the other side of the ocean to wake up and see it and start talking crap about, look at MLS, blah, blah, blah. I know that's going to happen, but that's not what I'm talking about. Just in general, I thought this game was really just sloppy. I thought this was a really sloppy, ugly game. I didn't think this was a good game at all.
Well, I mean, is it fair to say that it makes a difference when you have a lot of time off and then you're finally thrusted into a game? Like, I feel like it's fair to be able to kind of give that its credence. No?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I feel like Chicago had more chances than they actually have on the stat sheet because they had some opportunities and they would just blow them. There was one that Bamba got the ball. I think it was Fred try to head it out, and it landed at Bamba's foot right at the top of the box. It was him. Yeah. Nobody around him. And he just sailed it over the crossbar. And I was like, man, like all I was saying, like, que pena, man. I feel so embarrassed. Casemiro and Lewandowski must be looking at this league like, what the hell is this? That was my thought a lot throughout the game. I was like, oh man, what a bad showing this first game.
Yeah, I don't think that it was a good showing. But at the same time, again, I feel like it's fair to be able to say, hey, this is the first time back or whatnot, and then kind of got to give them some credit for that. So,
and Truck FL, I was thinking this. I was like, did I get accustomed to watching the World Cup game in quality? And that's why I felt that way today? Because that thought did cross my mind. I was like, is that why all of a sudden I looked at this and I was like, ugh, this is kind of sloppy. What's going on here? Is it because I just spent the last 41
Actually,
days
fair.
watching nothing but top tier football like every day? Maybe that's what it is. But I did look at today's game and I thought it was kind of sloppy.
Can I put up the messages that I had with my son, or do you want to talk about the starting lineup and the goal? Let's do the starting lineup, and then that will introduce. Well, okay, I'll bring up the messages. So my son and I had I find out through Twitter what the starting lineup is, and I was super excited. Back to recapping sort of the starting lineup, and I'm going to show you guys out there in the chat the text messages between my son and I. So my son, above on the right, I texted him the starting lineup, a screenshot. He goes, "Oh my God!" And then as you can read, this is fantastic, right? My son is on the left, and my messages are on the right, and it follows up with some more messages from my son. Okay, I mean we're excited, right? We haven't seen Inter Miami soccer in so long. And then the fact that Rocco Blocco gets a start is just fantastic. And then we finish it off with some of the best pictures ever. My son sends me the top left picture. And then I send my son the man with the master plan in the sunset.
You know what my favorite thing about this is that you went on Twitter and you really wrote, "Good game, Chicago. The goat is taking over."
But I mean, was I wrong?
Yes, you were. Oh man, what a mess!
Shout out to Solid Rock with a $4.99 Super Slam says, "Danny, I think we felt the same way after watching quality football return to MLS. It feels different, looks different. We have so much to improve. I mean,
it does
if you compare
feel different for sure.
But if you compare it to like the World Cup, like you can't do that.
Yeah,
that's just
I know.
Fair.
It's just, you know what? Usually when you have the World Cup, then you have like a month, give or take, before the top leagues start. Like the World Cup ended on Sunday, and like 3 days later they just throw MLS in my face, and I was blindsided. Like, oh, what the fuck am I watching? Like it just hit me like out of nowhere. And on top of that, it wasn't a good game. I'm sorry. I'm sure even if I would have watched this after, like a couple weeks later, it still wasn't a great game, I thought. But it was just bad. And then Juan Oliveira saying Nashville tied with Montreal. Ooh.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And
does that say more about Montreal or does that say more about Nashville?
I told you Nashville win today. Right? I picked Nashville because I don't believe in Montreal. But I told you that Atlanta played better than Nashville last week. And I don't know if that's more about Atlanta or Nashville, but Atlanta lost today to Charlotte. So I think that has more to say about Nashville because now they played down to Atlanta. Atlanta outplayed them. They lost by 1-0, but they outplayed them. And then they draw with Montreal, which are two of the worst teams in the league. I told you, and I told you, Danny and Tommy, Nashville's going to come back a little bit. Like that momentum that they had, that 2-month break's going to kill that momentum. I'm not saying they're going to fall out of the playoffs or out of the top four, but they are going to stumble a little bit out of the blocks, I thought. And so far, that's what it's looking like.
Well, I want to talk about, do you want to get into the starting lineup?
Go for it. I don't have a graphic, so you gotta
okay, so just imagine dragons with us. Okay, guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys know it was a sort of a strategic like setup as like a 4-3-3 setup with well, and okay, fine. We'll do 4-4-2. So we'll do I'm gonna start from top to bottom. Okay. So I'll start from up top. You have up top the two strikers, Beterame and Suarez.
Yep.
In the midfield, you have Silvetti on the left. You have sort of like, or I don't know if
it was
on the left.
Silvetti on the left. You have Ruiz on the right, and then you had Segovia and Bright in the middle,
sort of in the middle. And then you had in the back four, you had Facundo Mura that played the right back, Ian Frey and Mikael at center back, and Regilon at left back. And then none other than goalkeeper of the year, who scored a goal this year, more than Lewandowski, Rocco
He hasn't
Blanco.
scored. That was a Frey goal.
I look everywhere that I've looked, he's the person that scored. So he has more goals than legendary Lewandowski.
It's his fault.
And he won today. He won. So that's the starting lineup.
All right. So that was the starting lineup. You said you liked it. I wasn't sure if I loved Ian Frey at center back and Mura playing the right back. I would have liked to see Noah Allen. I understand that they're both left-footed, Mikael and Noah Allen. I don't think it's that big a deal, to be honest with you. I think they could have started together for 1 or 2 games. And I don't think Frey had a great game. But when I saw the lineup, I thought, well, this is the best thing we got to go. It's a 4-4-2. I didn't think we were as aggressive as we've been before. I think that we were holding possession a lot more, playing the ball horizontally more than vertically. It wasn't a lot of direct passes forward. We don't have really many vertical threats to begin with. So I did think that because Messi wasn't there probably and Rodrigo De Paul wasn't there, Hoyos took the foot off the gas just a little bit. I don't think even though we still got caught on the counter because we still push up as high, but we didn't get caught on the counter as much as we usually do. And I thought that Hoyos had a good game plan and we came out with the dub.
How is it that you can comfortably say Hoyos took his foot off the gas, aka Messi wasn't on the pitch? How about that?
Because I told you. I hope that tomorrow, since he doesn't have Messi, he changes the way he plays a little bit. He doesn't just push all the numbers forward like crazy, and he didn't.
Okay, fine. So numbers didn't get pushed up. Again, he's not the coach. Messi is the coach.
Messi wasn't here.
Substitute teacher. Everybody go play, and then look, they just play differently without Messi.
We won.
Yes, we won.
All right.
Were the goals here?
Yeah, go for it. Give us the rundown.
Okay, so the rundown.
Detail, like really break it down for us.
I mean, really break it down. I mean, okay. So in the beginning, there was some own goal, right? That happened. So we can just blow past that. Well, no. In all seriousness,
do you think that was, because some people were saying that it was Frey's fault? I don't. No, I don't think it was I don't think it was a perfectly placed ball. Like, yeah, maybe it could have been placed a little bit on Rocco's foot, I guess. But I wouldn't put that. Like, if I had to go from 0 to 100%, like give it a percentage, I'd say that's, I don't know, 3% Frey's fault. You know, like you can't put that on Frey.
So I wouldn't put the responsibility on Frey. I wouldn't. Like, sincerely speaking, without joking, all joking aside, I wouldn't put it on Frey. I think that Frey made a pass back to Rocco, right? And I think could it have been placed better? Like Taylor Twellman was talking about how it could have been placed at the near post, so that way if something like that happens, it doesn't go in. I don't know. I mean, listen, if you were to think Dane St. Clair or Rocco taking that pass, you would assume that Rocco would be better because he's better with the ball at his feet.
Is he though? But you keep saying that, but who says that? I haven't seen Rocco do anything with his feet.
Everybody say he cooks with the ball at his feet.
Since what? Yeah.
Are you kidding
Obviously, he does. Obviously, right? I am yet to see him do anything with his feet. Why do people say that he's good with his feet? I haven't seen him do anything with his feet.
Oh my God. You know what? You're going to make me now I'm going to have to make a highlight video of Rocco Blanco cooking.
I'd love to see it because I don't believe it.
And did you not see how many accurate passes Rocco had today?
No.
I mean, it's outrageous the disrespect that you have today for Mr. Blanco.
Chicago was impressive. I wouldn't be surprised if he had some accurate passes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he always does because he's phenomenal with the ball at his feet.
You know what I will say? You know how you said, and you were joking because nobody's scared of Rocco, but you know how you said that the Chicago players were missing wide or high because Rocco's presence?
Yes.
I will tell you, Lewandowski was closing in on him, and I think he might have looked at Lewandowski, and that's might have thrown him off.
He got lost. Yeah.
And once he saw Lewandowski coming, he lost track of the ball and completely whiffed. And I think it was Lewandowski's presence. And I'm not even joking about that. I really do think that he saw Lewandowski approaching and he took his eye off the ball for a second, and that completely threw him off. And I really do think that Lewandowski had a lot to do with that, just his presence.
And I wanna be clear here. Again, I'm not giving any sort of blame on Rocco. I do think that the pass back, I guess if you want to be technical, could have been better. But like,
you're not
I
gonna
don't
give
know.
him any blame.
No, but I'm not
Who's taking the
blaming him.
blame?
I'm just saying if anybody wants to blame him, I guess you can a little
So
bit
who do you
because
blame?
no, I blame Rocco because you know what he had. You know how in football you have that in American football you have that moment where you're catching the ball, but then you're looking to kind of make a move,
Like
and
off of a
so
punt?
like yeah, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden you lose the ball. Like that's what
Yeah.
I think happened. The ball
Absolutely.
came, he saw, like you said, Lewandowski, and he reacted, but in a way where it just threw him off balance, threw him for a loop, and he just let the ball go.
I love that Mikael went right over to him and gave him some, like, don't worry about it. And Frey even more. Frey grabbed him by the face. Like, dude,
Yes,
it's all right.
get
We're all
over
right.
it.
Let's
And
go.
he was laughing about it, like he knew he blew it, and then
Yeah.
like you could tell that he was just disheveled. And as a goalkeeper, like legitimately, that's got to be one of the most defeating moments to be able to allow a goal, and you just got back, and you just got the starting position, and then to allow something like that, like you could tell that the players really were supportive of him, and he was like defeated. What?
You
Wait,
know what
hold
else I
on.
like?
Uptime kept fuck this by. No, Messi didn't play. I think you asked if he played.
You know what I liked also, that as soon as they got the ball back after the goal and they played the ball back in, Frey got the ball, immediately passed it over to Rocco.
And the
Gets
fans
the
were
ball
cheering
under
him
control.
on.
They cheered him on. He passes over to Mikael, and Mikael passes it right back to Rocco. Boom, and we're rocking and rolling. The crowd is behind them. It's like, all right, we got you. Let's go. So I thought that was really cool also.
I'll tell you, they wouldn't have done that for Dane St. Clair. I totally, wholeheartedly will tell you they wouldn't have done that for him.
I agree with you. I would, like, if you mess up, I'm talking crap to you. If my son that's 7 years old messes up, I'm like, come on, it's all right. It's like different levels to it. There's like professionals and there's backups. You kind of want to encourage the backup. When you're a professional that's getting paid good money, you're like, nah, you can't do that. When you're the backup, like, nah, man, we want you to get your chance. You got your chance. All right, don't worry about it. It's not over yet. Let's go. So I think that that's the difference. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but everybody's been like rooting for him to finally get a chance. It's like, damn, man, 10 minutes in, like, this is it. But if St. Clair does that 16 games into the season, yeah, no, I agree with you. He's not getting that. And I also think that if Rocco does that in October, and he's been the starter this whole time, I don't think he gets that again. He's getting it today. His first game, 10 minutes in. I think he gets it today, but nah, he wouldn't get that in October.
And let's put some respect on the name. Rocco won us an MLS Cup.
Did he win it?
I mean, yeah.
He didn't do much.
I mean, what do you mean? He was the best goalkeeper on the pitch that day.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he allowed the lesser of the amount of goals. That's like the objective. So that was the first goal in the game. And the second goal in the game was a beautiful penalty that was made because
the circus fun. Give me a second. We're going to get to that. We're going to run through the game, and then we're going to get to that at the end.
Hold on. What are you talking about?
They want the goalie poly, and I'm going to give them the goalie poly.
Why are you going to give them the goalie poly? You never allow me to do the goalie poly.
Because there's an actual reason to do it today, and we're going to get it. We're going to get to it before the game's over, before the show's over. Let us get through the game first. All right, go ahead, Chris.
So there was a beautiful play, and I love the way David Ruiz plays, dude. Like, he's very aggressive, and I mean, his passes. Well, yeah, I mean, but look, he doesn't play very often, but his passes are like really hard, but at the same time, pretty effective passing, but whatever. So he
was hesitating a lot. There was one, I think, where Suarez started pitching him out.
Yes, towards the end. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, again, he ends up getting fouled in the box. And right then and there, boom, penalty time, and Luis Suarez steps up and shovels it into the back of the net. You were going to say something?
It wasn't into the back of the net. He almost blew it. It hit the post.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? If we're going to score, we're going to score in Luis Suarez fashion.
He does.
I don't know why. Whenever he takes penalties, it's like he aims for the bars.
And he makes contact with the bars, because there was one that I think it was at Chase Stadium. I want to say it was in Liga. It was League's Cup last year against one Necaxa or something. A penalty late in the game, and it hit the top of the crossbar or the bottom of the crossbar, and then bounced in. So yeah, he does that, which is kind of scary.
Well, it's kind of scary because that you got to be scary good to have that sort of pinpoint accuracy, like to purposely place it. I mean, there's no way that he's doing.
If you were at the game today, you got to witness the two best strikers in the last 2 decades. I would say, right? That's fair. I don't think that. I think those are the best two. Suarez and Lewandowski are the best 2 strikers in the last 15 to 20 years. I don't think many people would argue that. I know that we have some new ones coming up right now, but I'm talking about as a whole over the last 2 decades. I think those are it. And you saw them on the pitch at the same time today, which is pretty awesome. And shout out to those that made it out there, because you could have gone to see those 2 greats play in a game that means something for like $3.
Yes,
absolutely. Are going for cheap today.
Yeah. Now,
why did you guys stay home? I couldn't make it to the game.
I couldn't make it either.
Yeah. Well, you for sure, but.
So, as far as the first half is concerned, ended 1-1. Okay. Now, as far as ending 1-1 at that point, how did you feel about the game? Like, I felt good. I still felt like this was positive, but the only fear I had was the players that we have on the bench are very inexperienced.
I felt like Chicago, they looked rusty. Jonathan Bamba looked like ass. You could tell that they weren't in sync with Lewandowski. Zinkernagel was making his trademark runs to the touchline, and usually Kuipers is there waiting for it near post. Lewandowski was taking forever to get there. I don't know if he wasn't expecting him to pass it, or he wasn't, like, I don't know. The chemistry is off there. I think if Kuipers plays today and it's Kuipers and Lewandowski, we're in trouble, because Zinkernagel and Kuipers, that combination is deadly all year long. But I felt like they were off. They had opportunities, but they wouldn't capitalize. And the only goal that they got was an own goal. I thought to myself, I think we could win this game. I think we could pull one out. So I was feeling pretty confident at halftime.
Rubita, I didn't criticize Suarez's PK. I thought it was a good strike. I don't remember criticizing it. Did I criticize the?
I don't know, but I know I predicted a 2-1 win. They got, and they ended up winning 3-2. And I also predicted that Suarez would have a big game, and he did. And we got to get to Berterame when you get to the next goal, because Berterame.
Well, I mean, going on to the second half, we start the second half, no substitutions from Inter Miami at that point. And at the 51st minute, Luis Suarez ends up getting a goal where him and Berterame were cooking. Now, I don't know if you have more of a descriptive sort of language in terms of like how they went back and forth, but essentially it was a backfield pass.
It was a give and go, right? Suarez played it over to Berterame. Berterame, one touch. No, wait, I'm thinking of the last goal, because the last goal was the give and go. This one was Suarez touched it to Berterame, and he backheeled it back to Suarez, which was, I think, a beauty. That's very Segovia-like, because I've seen Segovia do that quite a bit. Yeah, man, I thought Berterame had one hell of a game today, which is nice to see. Maybe it's the pressure of trying to make it onto the World Cup roster for Mexico. Maybe he felt that pressure. Now I'm trying to find excuses, because the way he looked today, he didn't look like that the whole year. And he has looked better since Suarez came into the starting lineup, that's for sure. But maybe he doesn't have that pressure, like he was pressing hard to, I don't know, play well with Messi and to make it to the Mexican national team, and that's done with. So now it's just go out and play.
Just play. Yeah. Do you think that part of it is also maybe the pressure of playing with Messi, right? Like, I mean, I do think that there is pressure in terms of wanting to make your national team, but I do also think that there is an added pressure of playing with a great player like Messi, where, I don't know, it seems like you're expected to do more.
Yeah, and I also thought that today when I was watching Chicago play. I felt like when I was watching Chicago play, I felt like everybody was trying to play it to Lewandowski, and almost they were like scared
Yeah.
of either not giving them the ball in the right spots, or like I feel like when you are especially a young player that has only played, I don't know, you're a homegrown, only played in MLS or something, and you see one of these big names that you've looked up to come over from Europe, you might be a little intimidated, especially if they're your teammate. You don't want to mess up. You want to make sure that you do everything well. And I definitely think that Bertrand might have gone through something like that. But clean slate, 2 months off. This is a brand new start. And so far, Hoyos Coach of the Year, Berterame, Newcomer of the Year. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
Jack Hart is mentioning something that's a lot better to digest than that stupid comment of yours with Hoyos. Suarez and Bete connection. I think that this is fruitful here.
Mm-hmm.
I could see.
I thought Silvetti had himself a good game also. The way he takes defenders on, like outside of Messi, we don't have anybody that does that. Nobody does that. Oh, by the way, because I know I'm going to forget to mention it, Bright had a beautiful ball today. A beautiful through ball. Oh my God. It looked like very Rodrigo de Paul like it just dissected the defense. Very beautiful ball by Bright. But anyway, Silvetti, he looks good. We need him on the pitch. But once Messi comes back, what happens? Do you take off Berterame? Do you take off Suarez? Is Silvetti going to end up coming off? I like the Berterame Suarez connection, but man, I feel like Silvetti, dude, that kid, he could take defenders on. He can create for himself or others. And Berterame and Suarez, they have a nice little connection in the box. But when they're out wide, they don't do crap. But Silvetti, he'll take that ball from the touchline and work it all the way in.
Can I mention this? This is a great comment by Xavier saying, you know what helps calm nerves? Having Rodrigo de Paul scream at you all game.
Not have him.
Yeah, not having him scream at you all game. I think that is an immaculate comment. So, looking on into the next goal, okay, after Suarez already got his brace, and then Rocco, of course, had his goal, right? You have, and I'm going to struggle with this, Dita for Chicago ends up getting a goal
it's
at
like
the
Jean-Jacques from Philly. Like, I thought you're all into these Haitian names. Even I know he's from,
not Haitian.
he's South African. I know he's African.
Yeah, but I tried my best, and so he ends up getting a score. Ends up getting a goal at the 67th minute, and essentially there was a fumble in the middle. I don't know who was at fault in terms of defensively. It looked like a hodgepodge, a complete disaster.
Am I lagging now that because my computer is about to die? I think I'm lagging. You're gonna have to give me a sec. I plugged my computer in.
Yeah, well, you were lagging. I was lagging a little bit as well. But yeah, I don't know as far as like the whole deal is with the goal at the 67th minute or whatever the case was. I think what ended up happening was everybody sort of rotated to the right side on defense, and he was just wide open to be able to put it past Rocco Blocco. At that point, it's tied. Now, I have a question for you guys in the chat. Were you guys nervous? Because now we only have 20-something minutes left in the game, and we don't know if we're going to win. Now, Regilon, I want to mention this here. Tabaquito is mentioning that Regilon had a good game. I think Regilon definitely had a good game. I think that he had a fantastic game. And this, Aria is mentioning take Ruiz out and have Messi play Cam. But then if you take Ruiz out, I guess you could be able to do that. But at the same time, you still need to make space for Casemiro. Casemiro's going to come in. He's going to take whose job? Segovia? Is he going to take Yannick Bright's job? I mean, everybody's sort of assuming that he's going to take Yannick Bright's job. I don't think anybody thinks that he's going to be taking Segovia's job. And Aria is mentioning, that he bottled a wide open chance, and he did, because he so did Bamba. I think if I'm not mistaken, Bamba also blew a wide open chance. So at that point, I think that, and look, I mean, Tatia is mentioning Casemiro is a number 5, yes, right? He is, but then so I guess he's going to be replacing what? He's going to be replacing Yannick Bright then, if that's the case. All right, so we're tied 2-2, and we end up getting to the last goal of the game. Now, by this point, at the 87th minute, I just kind of want to go over some of the timeline here. We have substitutions being made, and for Inter Miami, we end up having essentially Planback comes in for David Ruiz. That happened at the 69th minute. Daniel Pinter comes in for Matteo Silvetti at the 74th minute. And then at the 85th minute, we finally get a chance to see Noah Allen coming in for Ian Frey. 87th minute comes around, and you start to see that Luis Suarez and Beterame are in a give and go sort of pattern. And Luis Suarez tries to take a shot at goal, doesn't miss. It gets blocked by Chris Brady. And Planbeck is in the perfect place at the perfect time. And he ends up just lifting that leg up, putting it at the perfect angle, and just skidding it right into the goal for his first goal in an Inter Miami uniform. As an academy kid, I can't be more happy for that kid. Now, I don't know if you were listening, Danny, while you were backstage, but essentially, I was talking about the goal for Preston Planbeck, where it was that sort of give and go pattern, and you're on mute right now. And essentially, he ends up getting a goal, first goal ever, playing for Inter Miami.
He's fearless.
And,
I enjoy watching that kid. I remember the first time he ever came on, at least that I remember. He was blasting it from outside the box. He goes, I don't give an F. And he was just letting him rip. I was like, all right, you know what? If you're going to come out like a man,
Pinter's also like that too.
Yeah. But Planbeck, I F's with that kid. And then he basically, Danielson karate kicked it into the goal.
Well, Mr. Krabs is saying, what's Planbeck's name? I don't know. Plan Bam. That's what his nickname is.
Don't like it.
No, I just threw that right off the top of the dome there.
Yeah, so you don't always feel with that, but that one wasn't good. I don't like that. You got to go back to the drawing board.
I'll keep cooking. Well, Planbeck gets the goal, 3-2. Chicago tries to make a bunch of substitutions. They fail, and they fail hard. And Inter Miami walks away with the win. First game back after the break. Because of it's not because of Guillermo Hoyos.
Yeah.
This is not it.
Yeah. Give the man his props.
Focus plan victory. This guy had no focus. He's literally on the beach drinking beers. And
he was drawing in the sand, getting ready for today's match. And he's going to have him ready for Montreal this weekend.
Oh, my God. Getting ready for Montreal this weekend? Get the hell out of here.
According to the chat, didn't they? Oh, no. Nashville just scored. Nashville's up 1-0. God damn it.
Look at that. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Before we talk about Casemiro and all this stuff, seriously, with Rocco having this situation happen to him, do you think that he starts next game? Oh, how dare you!
I guess we'll let the chat decide. We got the goalie Poli up. Dane St. Clair 1, Rocco Blocco 2, and it was put on in that order on purpose. So
how is it? How did you do this while you were away?
Yeah, while I was away, right before I came back, I was like, let me just set this up.
What Minecraft did you do? Let's go, Rocco Blocco getting a percentage. Come on, guys. Are you guys kidding me? This is ridiculous.
Like, not everybody was on the Rocco party before the World Cup. But I think, much like me, I was like, you know what? I've heard Chris talk about it so much. Dane St. Clair's disappointed me so much. F it. Let's do it. And then it took 10 minutes to you know what? No, let's go back to Dane St. Clair. I'm back. Yeah, recency bias. Absolutely. Dane St. Clair wouldn't have done that.
Dane St. Clair would have definitely done that.
He might have done that trying to sweep the ball when somebody has a long ball and he's trying to defend the counter, which I think he's done better of as of late. But that's when he would commit that error. What we saw today, Dane St. Clair doesn't do.
You know what? This is the poll. The poll is fixed. For those of you voting on the goalie poly, I mean, how much did Danny pay you guys? No, don't.
Can I vote 3? No, unfortunately, I was gonna put other, but I was so scared of other winning that I didn't put it. But because I considered, let me put a third option and put other, but I was like, nah, other will end up winning, so let me not. So
well, I mean, right now the poll is still live, guys. You guys can be able to pick 1 or 2, right? And make your decision wisely here.
okay.
But
So while we let the chat decide, Kunli, I wish. Chris, on Saturday when we play against Montreal, would you really want Rocco starting again?
yes.
I think whoever starts of the 2 will look good because Montreal is that bad.
Yes.
Now, you and I both spoke last night on here about how this is probably a good game for St. Clair to start and not Rocco, because if you want a goalkeeper to not look that great, this is probably a game because Chicago's probably going to pepper you, which they didn't end up doing. But they'll probably pepper you, and you have, okay, let's make a change for the Montreal game. And that's what we thought might happen. I was surprised that they put Rocco in today. But they put Rocco in. They gave him a chance. I wouldn't be surprised if they put St. Clair back in on Saturday.
But you're okay. We're essentially putting him on a Saturday because Rocco allowed a goal.
Because he allowed 2 goals, and he looked shaky.
He didn't allow 2 goals. Our defense allowed another goal.
You're right. I apologize. It was 1 goal. You're right. I forgot that we're the ones that scored 3. So you allowed 1 goal, right? I will go St. Clair.
I cannot believe you would go St. Clair just because of the singular blunder.
Yes.
So St. Clair's allowed to fail all season.
Dane St. Clair has had some good games and good stops, but then he has 1 blunder, and then you're like, Rocco Blanco, goalie poly.
He fails every game.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't know when to come out for the ball.
But this is the thing.
He's tall as hell and still can't reach the blocks.
You love Rocco because, yes, the defense played great during the playoff run, so he didn't have to do crap. But you haven't seen him a lot during regular season games. This is what you get when you see this type of player on a regular basis. You're going to see them mess up often.
He messed up
You see him on Saturday. If you see him the next 2 games, you'll have another mess up in the next 2 games. This is what happens when you see a player a lot. You get to see them mess up a lot.
Shout out to Mr. Krabs with the $2 super and those glasses don't make you sound smarter. Guys, you guys still have an opportunity to vote. The next vote is the breaking point. It is 50-50 right now.
Oh.
I mean, it could be any tour. Guys, we just need 1 more vote to close the poll. Which way will it sway? Oh, my goodness. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're a mess. I'm gonna comment back. That's not fair.
I don't think you can't vote twice. That's it. We already voted 1. That's it.
You can't take disaster. It back. You now this doesn't count for sure. You rigged the poll.
Look, it keeps going. What are you talking about? It wasn't just me.
Did you just close the poll?
No. I haven't touched the poll. All right. So we get the win. That's 10 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses. We're looking really good as far as the Supporter Shield standing goes because we keep winning. And if we can keep winning without Messi, we have Montreal next, which I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I figure we should win. And if we could win that game, we have a full week off until we play Columbus, which Columbus is not looking good either. So we have some winnable games coming up before the League's Cup. So as far as the supporters, don't try to log into a different account and start voting. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
You're wearing glasses.
I'm looking up.
We can see what you're doing on your phone. We can see what you're doing on your phone. You have glasses, dude. Look at this guy. Oh.
Did you shut down my YouTube? I can't even change my.
Anyway, so we got Montreal and then we have Columbus 7 days later. If we could win Montreal and Columbus the following Saturday, we're in really good shape because after that you have the Leagues Cup games and then you might have Messi back, but when the regular season comes back. So if you have the regular season back and Messi and DePaul back, we're cooking.
I agree.
We're cooking. So anyway, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Dane St. Clair won the vote. Stop trying to rig it now. All right. So standouts. Did you have any standout today? You're on mute because you're trying to be such a creeper trying to vote on this thing. You're trying to shut down your glasses, the mic.
So all right. So my standouts for this game, and I think I kind of know where you're going. So I'm gonna try not to go there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with David Ruiz. I think he was a standout.
Okay.
And I think also that Mikhail was a standout. I usually don't like to give Mikhail too much credit because I feel like he's not as great as people like are anticipating him to be. But I think that he played super solid today. And especially considering in a back line where things are not consistent based on, Lujan and a couple people injured. I think he played really, really good.
I'm gonna go standouts. I'm gonna go Berterame, and I'm gonna go Plambeck. I'm gonna go Plambeck.
I like that.
I really, like I said, he stood out to me every time that he's come on the pitch. I'm glad that he finally got on the score sheet, and he was there, man. Right place, right time. But the reason he's at the right place, right time is because he's being aggressive and he's running towards the goal, right? So shout out to him. I thought he was a big time standout.
That David saying Plam is a baller. Yeah.
So, ¿qué pena award?
Oof.
I can't wait to do. Difficult?
I can't.
Really
I can't.
Difficult?
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Okay, it is. I'm gonna go with Facundo Mura. Facundo Mura. Okay. Facundo Mura. Yep. Let's go seven sausage. Seven sausage. He got it right on the point. He was the first one to respond. So qué pena goes to Facundo Mura. He gets the qué pena of the night.
Well, you know who I'm putting on there. I'm going good old Rocco Blocco. You can't tell me that was, dude. Tomorrow, wait for it on social media. When all those people from England and all those other places that like to talk about MLS, especially probably Barcelona fans that just saw Lewandowski and are watching him now in MLS, when they see the goal that was scored in his debut match, everybody's going to not only be killing MLS, but Rocco. Probably more MLS than Rocco. But that was the que pena moment of the week. So que pena goes to Rocco absolutely.
He had 3 saves.
Dude, 2 of them, I don't remember the third one, but 2 of them were literally right at him.
He had
3 saves a whole game.
He had 78% passing percentage.
That's horrible.
Okay.
He's just passing it to his center backs.
That's really good.
Okay.
Who the fuck is that guy?
You don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So, man of the match other than Messi. Oh, it's already happening on it. I thought they would go to sleep. I don't know because I know it's like 4 a.m. over there. Man of the match other than Messi.
And then Stancy's saying there's already a meme of Messi crying, saying it's because he has to return to the MLS.
Could you imagine Messi watching that shit from home, from Rosario? He's like, what are they doing over there?
And Jay Vasquez saying tickets on StubHub were as low as $9 at start of tonight's match and still only about 50-60% capacity.
Wednesdays are brutal.
Yeah.
After the World Cup, I think everybody's footballed out. And then after watching the World Cup, going back to this, I'm going to stop the poll, by the way. It was close, 52% to 48%. So it's definitely close.
In reality, if you take away your vote, it's 50-50.
I disagree.
That's the reality. I mean, I'll look at the poll. Yes, your St. Clair vote is one more vote than Rocco Blacco's. It would have been 50-50. Can't believe
that's not what the numbers say. All right. So man of the match other than Messi.
I think we have to be in unison here and say that it's Luis Suarez, right? Like,
yes.
There's no way we can say someone else was man of the match. I mean, if we were to pick like someone else that's man of the match that's not Suarez, I would have liked to put Segovia. I think Segovia did a fantastic job today.
And you know what? He was dropping back pretty far up to pick the ball up also. He's helping build up the attack. Casemiro's going to be doing that. But yeah, I thought that was really good.
I don't remember voting, Stancy. I don't think my vote went through. To be perfectly
thank you, Stancy. That was a good one. If two guys who have an Inter Miami podcast stayed home, what does that tell you? Yeah.
We've been to like 1,000 games. Like, we can't stay home and watch the game.
No, look, I've been dying for Inter Miami games. I want to see because new stadium, we've been away for 2 months. So I'm assuming that it's changed a lot in 2 months because they've kept working on it. So I'm assuming it looks different. So I wanted to go. I can't. I'm not going to go today. I'm probably not going to go next Saturday. And I'll see if I can make it to any of the Leagues Cup games. But there's a chance that I might not go until August.
Seven Sausage gets the show.
Mid-August, by the way.
Mailed in his vote.
And my brother went to the game. And my brother randomly.
And Stancy's saying, well, they installed more screens for the upper seat. Yeah, he just randomly walked
running into Lewandowski this afternoon. Yeah. What is this?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So other than, and look, this is Kung Lee is saying man of the match other than Suarez, Bete. Okay. Are we gonna do
my cousin Manny? My cousin Manny just texted me. He said he thinks that he saw Casemiro walking to the airport after that own goal.
No way, dude. Come on. Come on. Let's get to the FOTMob fun stuff. I don't want anyone in the chat messing this up here, by the way.
Highest rating without scoring a goal or an assist. So that's Ramen Suarez.
I would say it would be Segovia.
Yes, it is Segovia.
Nice.
Okay. Segovia is the highest. Now, who is the lowest?
Facundo Mura. Tadeo Allende.
You know what? That's not a bad guess. That's not a bad guess. You know how they say A, B, C, or D? You always pick C. Yes. When in doubt, just say Allende, because who knows?
Say Allende.
But no, it wasn't Allende today. I'll give you another guess.
Regilon.
No, it was your boy Rocco. You're right. No, Hoyos is man of the match.
Oh my god.
Man of the week. Man of the first half of the season.
Alexander, realizing life on the Metro Rail, says, bro, fuck the Metro Rail for real. Listen, I took the Metro Rail to a couple games, and yeah, you got to really thug it out.
I saw that they announced that, hey, by the way, because there's a game, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. The last train will leave at 10:30. And I thought to myself, that seems a little early. You got to haul ass, and then like this is like they said it like, hey, don't worry, we got you. We're gonna be here till 10:30. I was like, I don't know. That doesn't seem very good. Like, you gotta be at least 11. Give us an hour and a half.
Yeah, you gotta haul ass. And when you get there, that's why I left one of the last games. I left like 10 minutes before the game ended to make it to the first train before, because if not, you're a sausage in a sausage can. One of those Vienna sausage cans. You're in there jam packed.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's fun to be back, even though it looked kind of weird. That's just being honest. I thought it looked a little weird, but it's good to be back. I enjoy watching these guys. It's my favorite club, so I'm glad to be back and be doing these post game shows because they're always fun. And I'm glad that Chris had to swallow some of his Rocco pride today, even though he refuses to. But he lost in the poll, fair and square. And we'll see what happens on Saturday. And we should be back tomorrow with a Montreal preview. But I haven't hit up Alex yet. I have to hit him up. I forgot to. I'll do that right now. So, Chris, any final words?
I'm trying to vote, and my vote isn't going
I closed it. I closed the poll already. I told you.
You need to reopen it. Can you reopen this
For what?
so I can vote? And I'm literally creating 2 additional accounts, guys. Abetico is making a perfect point here. Shout out to Abetico,
All right,
member of the show.
Well,
guys,
Chris has to figure that out. We appreciate everybody that jumped on with us. It's been a while, but we're glad to be back. It's always fun to do these post games. And look, another dub. We've played 16 games this season. We've lost 2 of them. Like, it's been gloom and doom at some point. Everybody's like, oh my God, this team sucks. What are we gonna do? Blah, blah. We've lost 2 games so far this year, and that's including Champions Cup. I know we got eliminated, but there were 2 draws. Like, we've lost 2 games all season long. Like, we're spoiled. But let's see. We got League Cup coming up, and it's fun. If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars in a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will be back tomorrow night to preview Montreal. So until the next one, shout out to Stanzi. There you go. Until the next one, have a good one.